G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to just go through how to fit these G-Shock NATO adapters or strap adapters onto my GW-9400 Rangeman. Now I've got this piece here as well. This is my GA-110. I'll just put that aside because I'm going to refer that briefly. So this set here, it comes with a ballistic nylon Zulu style strap. It's not a NATO strap, and this is from VARIO watches or VARIO straps. So thank you to Ivan from VARIO for making this available to feature on my videos. So this is the Fire Zulu, this is what they call it, and I'll link in to these products below in the description. So I'll put that aside first, and the first thing I want to point out are these adapters. Now these are original Casio G-Shock adapters. Okay, I think in some sites they call this mil shock adapter or military shock, meaning you can convert your G-Shock into a military style G-Shock. I believe mil shock refers to a particular modification, but I may not be right about that. So the first thing I want to point out is these have had to be modified to fit my Rangeman. So if you look at the shoulders there, on the piece there, I've had to remove some material. So right there and over on the other side, that has to be kind of removed with a razor or an X-Acto knife, whatever you prefer. So I've done that for both so that the shoulders are lower down, and they've put instructions on the VARIO site on how to do that. I'm sure you can find more information on various forums, and that's so that the screws can go through this hole when you put it through the lugs of the Rangeman. Now I can tell you a whole bunch of G-Shocks that this will fit without modification, and I have done it with my GA-110. GA-110 isn't on the list of specific models that they have said will be compatible, but I can tell you this is compatible with the GA-110 without modification. It will go between those 16 millimeter lugs after you remove it with a spring bar tool. And I'll just show you. So a G-Shock like this one, you can remove the straps using a standard spring bar tool. You can see the spring bars between the straps where it attaches to the lug of the watch. So I'm not going to go through that. That's a little bit more of a basic attachment. You don't actually have to remove those screws. You just have to remove the straps using the spring bar. Okay, so that's how you would do it with a GA-110. Unfortunately, I don't have any other models to show here. So these have been prepared, and I'll just put them down there. Now, a GW-9400 Rangeman. How to remove the straps. I'm going to go through strap and bezel removal because that can be informative. So I've already unscrewed these ones, and the first thing I want to say is that you want to get a screwdriver that is going to be as fitting as you can get, because you don't want to be grinding the screws. That would be kind of taking the thread out, and then potentially you're going to have trouble fitting the screws back later. So I've already unscrewed it, as you can see, to a loose position, and I'm just going to do the rest of the unscrewing and remove it. Okay, and there we go. So that's 4 screws. So you just have to remove the 4 screws from the sides of the straps. You don't have to touch these front screws at all. That's just actually just decorative, and I'll show you that. So after that, the straps actually just slide downwards, right? And that's how they attach to between the lugs of a Rangeman. So that's the original straps there. I'm going to put that aside now. Okay, so that's how you would remove the straps. Now to remove the bezel, it's not difficult, but one frustrating thing I've found when I looked up videos is that they tend to skip this part. They go, they cut it out and they show you the case without the bezel without showing you how to remove it. I'm not sure why people do that. Many videos I've seen tend to do that. And to remove it, what you want to do firstly is you want to work from the side of the triple sensor. You won't be able to just pry this side out. You want to pry it from this side. So you can just do it with your hand. You want to get this outward. Okay, so just work it out you know, I've worked it out. That's the naked triple sensor there without the cover. And then you just kind of pull it outwards on the side here, away from the buttons. Okay, it takes a little bit of a prying, but you can just do it with your fingers. You don't need any special tools and wrist scratching the watch. And there we have it. That's the case of a Rangeman without a bezel, all ready to go for changing. That's how the bezel looks like, and you can see those 4 screws don't actually fasten anything. They're just purely decorative, and if you need to salvage them, you can actually just take them out of that bezel there. Okay, so that's the bezel, and then just to show you, there is a cover. This is a cover that goes over the triple sensor, and then make sure that you put it back in to that little, underneath that grill there before you put the case back on. This looks symmetrical. I don't think you can really put it in the wrong way around as far as I've seen. Okay, so I'm just going to put it back in, and let's just work the case back on. So again, you want to work it from the 3-button side, not from the triple sensor side. Okay, so once that's on, you just slip it back on. All right, make sure that your triple sensor cover is in place, as you can see through the grill there, and there we have it. Okay, that's the case with the bezel back on it. And then now I'm just going to put these adapters on. So it's very simple. You just kind of put it in, make sure you can see through. This is not going to come through very easily, but you got to make sure that you can just align that screw hole there and then get your screws on. So I'm just going to now put these screws through while holding it in place with my hand. Okay, and there we have it there. And you'll notice that I worked it in part way, the screws, all 4 before tightening it more snugly, to the hilt of the position. And I think you want to do that because despite the fact that I've trimmed these to fit, there is still some tension, and you will see that there is a bit of roundness to that part of the case there, the original bezel, and that's because there's still some tension that's being applied. It doesn't fit 100%, but I think it's not going to be a problem, or it's in place, and that's how it would work. So that's a Rangeman right there with the strap adapters in place, and then let's just see how it goes. So you would just take your strap. This one's just a Zulu, but with a NATO, same type of principle. You kind of strap the long part of the strap through, right, and pull it across, and there we have it. That's a G-Shock GW-9400 Rangeman with strap adapter and strap in place. Now let's just put it on for a wrist shot with this, black-orange ballistic nylon from VARIO. Just to say a little bit, so it comes with a black PVD hardware, which I really like. I'm a bit of a sucker for this this color scheme, which is why I went for the orange black, and that matches my black Rangeman. Now I specifically didn't want to fit it onto this before because none of these colors match this watch specifically. So, but it's really also this watch that I wanted to go with. And there we have it. That's my G-Shock, my Rangeman, with the strap on the wrist, and that's how it looks like. Okay, so nice, snug, fits it very well. In original Casio, so of course it would link in directly well and complement the resin material. So I'll try to link in the products here. I can't find, interestingly, this easily on Rakuten Japan, which is where I thought I'd find it. So I'll link in some other sources. Amazon most likely will have this online. So guys, let me know what you think. This is a very good quality strap, I have to say. The material is excellent. It feels close to 1.5 mil, and it feels very well done. Nicely finished. stitched in materials there, and keepers. Of course, you wouldn't expect anything else, or at least I wasn't expecting anything else from this product. Guys, let me know what you think of this particular conversion, and if you've used it, what G-Shocks you've used it in. Please share. I'll put in the official list down the bottom as to what these are compatible with. Gentlemen, if you appreciate my videos, do consider subscribing. I'm learning new things about horology all the time, and I share it right here on the channel, always aiming to be objective and unbiased about all things horology. Thank you again for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.